We open on squeezing. Arya gives this body a sponge bath. There's a stretcher and a secret door. Arya tries to go through but gets busted. She has a meltdown, gets lied to, and ultimately is still not allowed to wear Mission Impossible masks. No one struts in and wakes her up during bedtime, bit fucking rude. She has to answer identity questions, and every time she lies, he beats the shit out of her. Yeah, nah, it's all fun and games to be in a cult until no one is whipping you. Cut to a disease that looks itchy. Jorah ponders whether or not he should see a doctor. Tyrion tells Jorah about how he killed his dad. He then tells Jorah about how his dad is dead, the former Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. Oops, shit, fuck, you didn't know. He ponders whether or not he should see a psychologist. A father talks to Arya about how he wants his daughter put down. Arya is like, no worries, our cult is here to help with that. Just have a sip of this special drink, there you go, down the hatch, no one is watching. As a reward, Arya gets to go in the room with all the Mission Impossible masks. No one says you're ready to become someone. Tyrion and Jorah have a chat about whether or not Dany would make a good ruler of Westeros. They then get caught by some fucking slavers. Tyrion recommends they take him and Jorah to the fighting pits of Meereen. It'll get him close to Dany, and Jorah's like, yeah, I'll make you a shit ton of money, hey, I'm a fucking mint fighter, ask anyone, ask the Dothraki, ask all the Sheilas in Volantis, just take me to the fucking pits, eh? Littlefinger returns to King's Landing and has to look at Lancel's shit tattoo. He then has a chat to Cersei. Are you sure you know what you're doing with these faith fuckheads? She's like, don't question me, Peter. He then tells her how Sansa is with the Boltons and she chucks a bloody hissy fit. He recommends she let Stannis and the Boltons have a fight and then destroy the last army standing. He offers to help with the army he gained from pushing his wife out the moon door. If they win, he wants to be named Warden of the North. Fuck, he's dodgy. So dodgy. Tristan Martell and Myrcella have a pash in the Water Gardens. Doran and his buddy watch from the balcony. They reckon there's gonna be some bloody fighting soon. Jaime and Bronn have made it to the outskirts of the Water Gardens. Ellaria and Oberyn's daughters are about to execute their shit plan to steal Myrcella, but Jaime and Bronn execute their shit plan first, which involves a great deal of bullying, punching like they're at a nightclub in the taxi line, and yelling too much. Oopsie, the shit plans intersect. They have a fight over whose plan was better until the adults interrupt. Everyone gets arrested and is somehow surprised about that. Back at King's Landing, Grandma Tyrell has rocked up. Her and Marjorie have a chat about how much of a bitch Cersei is. She goes to sort her out and tells her to release Loras, but Cersei is slippery as ever and says, nah, the Faith did it. Grandma ends up leaving in a stinky mood. Loras is questioned by the High Sparrow about his gayness. He denies everything. Then Marjorie is questioned and she says, nah, he's not gay. Then Oliver is questioned and he says, yeah, he's totally gay. Marge even saw us this one time. Loras gets arrested, Marge gets arrested, Tommen does fuck all. Finally, Sansa is married off again. Instead of running, she becomes Ramsay Bolton's wife. The marriage quickly turns traumatic when she gets raped. End. Fucking hell. Okay, let's tackle the bloody elephant in the room. The bookwanker in me knew something horrible was on the horizon for Sansa, but I don't know what to make of this scene now it's happened, to be honest. Alfie Allen does fantastic facial expressions. I'll compliment that, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating that Sansa's character arc has now become a choppy piece of shit. We believe she's become wary of people, knowing that they have an agenda. We see her staring at Ramsay just in the last episode, like, okay, I got this guy figured out, he's a fucking nut bar, yet she does nothing to prepare for this moment, not even try to mind fuck him or have some form of control or plan, something reminiscent of how Marjorie figured out how to handle Joffrey would have been cool. She cut down Miranda beautifully in this bathtub scene. That shows her character progression. We then see she's surprised, vulnerable, naive again at the very end, like she had no sense this could happen, and it's jarring. It's fucking infuriating when the show does this. It sets someone on a clear character arc like Jaime in season 3 and then just totally flips the arc by 180 degrees. I'm sure there's a way to excuse it as being clever. Yes, Littlefinger's speech was essentially telling her to tough it out back in episode 3, and when the opportune moment arises, destroy the Boltons from the inside out. Maybe she's following that advice. Maybe the plan was to go through a bloody rape. Fuck. But surely she knows that even Littlefinger, a bloody master of manipulation and deception, has his own fucking agendas and goals, which, you know, we see him talking to Cersei, and now he seems dodgy as hell. The fucking emergency beacon in the West Tower, she should have just lit it. Why the fuck is she even hesitating once she knows that plan is in motion and that the fucking people of the North are still out there and waiting to be on her side? For an episode called Unbent, Unbowed, Unbroken, it is ironically thematic that pretty much all the characters are in fact bent, bowed, and broken in this episode. On a positive note, Player of the Week goes to Ian Glenn as Jorah Mormont. He was really fantastic in this scene with Tyrion where he discovers his dad has jumped off the planet. I enjoyed Bron's singing. That was fun. Bloody lovely singing voice. Let's hope this spear that cut him wasn't poisoned, hey? That would be another fucking rip-off death for this season, wouldn't it? Shit, look, I'm sounding like a negative cranky asshole again. I am still enjoying this season, and I'm hoping a few plots simultaneously converge to chaos. If a Bolton isn't dead by the end of this season, though, I'll be majorly fucking pissed, though. Their villainous ways will just become tedious in season 6. Look, definitely not one of the stronger eps for me this season, but fuck. The printing press, photolithography, Thomas Edison being a prick over 100 years ago with his camera gear, are HBO and Foxtel even aware that piracy is not a new thing? I don't know, fuck 'em.